Good morning, everyone. After watching some of the footage and listening to some of the opinions that people give on what is happening in Britain right now, I was thinking back on a video I made some time ago where I spoke about the fact that many cultures probably don't understand or would not want something like democracy, and yet those cultures could be the ruling majority of people in a country, and in a democratic system their people or people that believe in that culture could be elected into government. And this is happening in many places around the world where people or cultures that don't actually ascribe to democratic norms, and democracy can have various forms or faces. And as I've said many times before, I don't really believe that there's any democratic state in the world right now, true democratic state, that these people could literally cause chaos and havoc to civility in a country. And especially when the politicians in the governments in those countries just look for re-election. And I'm not specifically just speaking about South Africa or specifically thinking about Britain in this case, but if your culture is not aligned, or your heritage or your past is not aligned with the concept of democracy, having you in government in a democratic or so-called democratic system where elections take place could be hugely problematic. And it just means that for democracy to work anywhere in the world, and that's why it doesn't work right now, because there aren't any democracies, you need people that are interested in being involved in what leaders do in their lives, say in their lives. And you would want government to stay out of your business as much as possible. And in ancient times, you used to have rulers that would tax people annually, and they would stay out of your life. They would want their offspring to have the best education, etc., and they couldn't care less about the peasants. And the peasants could fend for themselves, and they had a degree of freedom because of that. At the moment, government wants to tell us what our kids should study, what they should learn, how they should learn. They want to tell us everything. They are encroaching in our lives. They want to monitor our movements around every corner. This is not democracy. A democracy does not work that way. What you should have is a group of people that are civil enough that they actually can live in a democratic system. And I think there's very few countries around the world where that isn't only an ideal, because the people don't live that way, they don't think that way, and they are probably better served in a dictatorship than under a democracy. And this is not democracy's fault. Maybe there's just no place in the world where democracy has a culture or civilization or a group of people that can make it work. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not, and yeah, share this with your friends and family.